minute storm path information in the wake of a hurricane. Another method of tracking a hurricane may be only arm's length away. Your smartphone or tablet can be your most valuable tool before, during, and after a storm, providing countless numbers of apps with crucial hurricane information. Many apps allow you to track storms with moving radar and satellite imagery, plus offer alerts, current conditions, forecasts, advisories, and even video.
This hurricane preparedness tip was brought to you by your community radio station, Radio Cayman 89.9 FM.
Now you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere.
Everywhere.
Can you hear me now? Everywhere. Everywhere.
Yes, right from your Android or iPhone. Download the Radio Cayman app now on your Android or iOS phone.
The Radio Cayman app
is where you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere you go.
Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, we go.
Find it in the Google Store, the Apple Store, or use the link at www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Yes, now you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere.
For the record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. Doctor's Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. Kirk Market, experience a world of choice. JN Money, from abroad to Yad. And Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
We ask our listeners and viewers to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Live from Radio Cayman Studio.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you.
For the Record.
Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
With Orrett Connor.
Informative, impartial, insightful. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees so fair. Today is Friday, the 29th day of August 2025, right here in the beautiful Cayman Islands. We do hope and we trust that everyone had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable evening. Those of you who are on our roads, we urge you to please be extremely cautious. Remember, schools are back in now and our precious ones are on our roads, either walking, cycling, or in a bus or on other vehicles traveling to school. So please be careful out there. You want to ensure that you protect our youngsters, the future of the Cayman Islands as well. I'm going to dispense with my usual opening remarks. Just to mention that the birthday shout-outs would normally be given at this point in time. Birthday shout-outs brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout-outs. Coca-Cola, available across the Cayman Islands. You should accept no substitutes. Share a Coke with someone special. If you know someone who's celebrating a birthday today or during the weekend or have celebrated one, or any other momentous occasion, please send that information to us. WhatsApp 925-3261, and later on in the show, we will be giving those birthday shout-outs. Meanwhile, it is my pleasure to introduce in the studio none other than Honorable Michael Myles, Minister with responsibility for Caymanian employment and immigration. In this segment of the show this morning, he'll be basically wearing his Caymanian employment responsibility hat. It's going to be a short segment simply because the minister will be with us, God willing, on Monday for the entire show as well. So he's here to talk about some of the things that we will be discussing in full detail on Monday. Minister, good morning, sir. Welcome back to For the Record.
Morning, OC. Thank you, and thank you for the listen. Public, it's great to be here.
Okay, so this morning, like I pointed out, you're going to be talking more about employment rather than immigration, and we'll be talking about some of the things that will be taking place as well as the discussion coming on Monday.
Absolutely. I mean, the first thing, thank you for everyone who's helped us through the last 4 months. It's been a tremendous journey. It's been a hell of a learning curve for me. And I know that we've talked a lot about immigration and the reforms that's come in, and I believe it's going to be mind-changing, attitude-changing for a lot of people in our country. But the fun part of my job, I believe, that I really enjoy is employment. We created our ministry as Cayman Employment for a reason, because immigration, while it's important, our main focus is to use immigration to protect Caymanians. And the goal is to now drive employment as hard as we can over the next 4 years. Starting off, we have made significant inroads with the tourism industry, and hence why I'm here. I'll be talking a bit more about more initiatives, but we have an initiative coming up in partnership with the Cayman Islands Tourism Association and multiple hotels and restaurants and other folks within the industry. So on September 8th and 9th, we are having a open house, and we're specifically renaming things because I know that a lot of folks have had not so great experiences with recruitment drives, and I believe that moving our ministry and certainly changing initiatives to make it more meaningful for our people is going to help, hopefully going in the future. So on September 8th and 9th, from about 9 o'clock to about 3, our partnership with CETA and the industry is all about changing the focus from jobs to careers. I have no interest in our people simply holding a job. What I am pushing are career paths within the tourism industry. Like I've told a lot of folks, my mother, I grew up mostly in the industry. My mother spent 40 years in it. I spent about 4. As a social worker, when I got very distraught about my career, I transitioned to human resources. I started off as an HR assistant and worked my way into becoming an HR manager with the old Hyatt. And then from there, I transitioned across, relocated to the U.S. in Kentucky and worked in accounting. And I'm a social worker. So it shows the level of careers that's within the industry. So our goal right now is to change that. And I have tasked CETA to do a better job in attracting our people. Like I've expressed to a lot of folks, and certainly CETA and a number of hotel managers, we can't continue to market jobs for Caymanians and careers for the rest of the world. We have a lot of people coming into the Cayman Islands and making a lot of money in the hotel industry because of how we market it. Quite often we talk about the service industry in the hotel industry, and quite often we talk about $4 plus gratuities when that's what we market here. But in other jurisdictions, we're marketing $80,000 to $90,000 of a potential salary within the service industry. So I have asked CETA to turn this around, and we will partner and we will do whatever we take, whatever is possible in order to support them. So a major part of that day of the 8th and 9th are CETA talking about pathways. I don't want Caymanians to simply hear about jobs and about a pay scale. That's irrelevant at this point. We must start to talk about, if you start off as a bellman, you can still end up as the manager. If you start off as a bartender, you can still end up as an F&B executive. You could still move to another country. Those are the true benefits of the tourism industry. So that's what we're going to be doing for both days. So Pathways is going to be part of that. We're also looking at over 450 people that are going to be coming to this. So There's going to be a lot of communications around this. We're going to be encouraging a lot of Caymanians to come out. But what I want our people to understand is that you're not simply coming out and just handing in a resume. You're coming out and talking to potential employers that are going to talk you through why you want to apply. So I'm asking the folks that are going to be coming out to the Marriott, dress professionally. Bring your resume. Check your resume over. Make sure that there's no errors in your resume. Because once we do this session of career pathways, there's going to be a lot of industry persons there because the hotel industry is ramping up, for the upcoming season. So please dress responsibly that you're coming to an interview, right? Wear your Sunday's best if that's what it is. If you feel you need to wear your church clothes, then wear your church clothes. But the goal is right now is that our people, I'm asking, we have to now start to look at competing. And therefore, we have to dress the part. So that's a major thing. We have 2 major hotels that's coming online by the end of this year. We have the Grand Hyatt that's coming online, and we also have one GT. I've met with both hotels, and I've pushed, and I've said to them, we have to make Caymanian employment priority. I am not going to be carte blanching no 400, 500 work permits. That is the past of what we looked at. Immigration isn't the vocal point anymore of Caymanian employment. Caymanian employment is. That's the ministry. Immigration is a byproduct of what we do to protect our people, but immigration is not the main focus that I'm going to be focused on. I'm using immigration to protect Caymanians, but we have to make sure that Caymanians understand that they now need to show up, and I will back you. I want to make sure that we capitalize between between these 2 hotels. There's over 650 jobs up for grabs, right? There's a massive amount of jobs that are up for grabs, and jobs that are not in just the service aspect of it, jobs that's in IT, jobs that's in human resources, accounting, engineering, right? Just to name a few departments. So please, I'm asking everyone who is out there who wants a job that will eventually turn into a career path for you, come out and learn why it's going to be important for you to take the step within that industry. As we ramp up, my sole responsibility is to make sure that every employer understand Caymanians are priority in our country. You don't want to hire Caymanians, do not come to the Cayman Islands. That has been my message for lots and lots of employees that I've met with over the last 4 months. We have to make sure that as you put any sort of building down in this country, any sort of business down in this country, that you're not going to circumvent our immigration system, that you must hire our people, or you're not gonna be here long, because I'm going to use every level of power from our caucus to cabinet to our boards to legislation to run you out of this country. Because what I am now seeing in our country are people coming in here, making a lot of money, and then bringing in their own people, right? Those days are done because immigration is no longer a cash cow. Immigration is going to be used to protect Caymanians. This event that's coming up on September 8th and 9th is the first of many. It's the first of many of us partnering with industry, and industry's responsibility is to employ, train, and promote Caymanians.
Before we go to our commercial break, can you repeat for our audience the dates, the venue, and how should they come prepared, as well as what expectations they're likely to have, or will they get an opportunity to hand out their resumes at that point in time and things like that?
It is September 8th and 9th. From the start is around 9 to about 3. The first part of that is going to be the industry talking about the pathways, the career paths, and not just folks coming in handing out resumes. There's going to be a number of industry members there, hotels, restaurants, and of the sort. We have to come dressed to be interviewed or pre-screened. You'll get more of a detailed interview, I'm sure, once folks meet you. There's going to be a number of HR personnel there. Work is also going to be there to help us register people on the portal, because registering in the portal is going to be critical important to holding people accountable.
Yes.
Right? Holding organizations accountable. So I'm going to be asking, please, if you're out there and you haven't registered on the portal, I know it's tough. Trust me, I know we have issues with the portal. You don't have to tell me that we have issues. I know that we do, but it's the only way that I can hold folks accountable at this point in time. So I need you to go and create an account. And if you're applying for a job, apply for it on the portal. Now, there are going to be some organizations that are going to say you need to go on our website and apply. Please go do that too. But you have to apply for a job on that portal, because with our immigration boards and our administrators, I can help hold people accountable. We at least have a tracking system. I don't have that when you're applying just from the newspaper or from some social media site. So that's going to be important. So the Maria, September 8th and 9th, from about, I would get there from about 8:30 or so. And then from there, stay for at least to hear the pathways. Come prepared to answer questions about where you want to go. What is it that you want to do in the industry? The goal is, let's talk careers. And that's what the industry is going to be coming to discuss with all of our people.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a commercial break. For those of you who are just joining us, in the studio with me, none other than the Honorable Michael Myles, Minister with Constitutional Responsibility for Caymanian Employment and Immigration. We're talking about an event that is taking place in conjunction with the Cayman Islands Hotel and Tourism Association, taking place on the 8th and 9th of September at the Marriott. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, he hath founded it upon the seas.
Captain Joseph James Anglin, 1899-1982.
Captain Joseph James Anglin was a sea captain who sailed to the Mosquito Keys, Nicaragua, Cuba, and Tampa, Florida. Married to Alvis Christina Chrissy Ebanks and the father of 12 children, he was a God-fearing Christian and a preacher in church. Known as a good neighbor, he helped to build a strong community.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way, positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage. With tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget. Our custom closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
This summer, happiness is better when you share it. Coca-Cola invites you to share a Coke with someone special. Grab an ice-cold Coke and find a name. Maybe theirs, maybe yours, maybe a surprise. Because nothing says you matter like sharing a smile and a Coke. So who will you share a Coke with today? Find your name, find your friends, and share a Coke. Available now. Stores island-wide.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. My pleasure to have in the studio with me the Honorable Myles, Minister with responsibility for Caymanian employment and immigration. He's here exclusively to talk about an event taking place on September the 8th and 9th at the Marriott in collaboration and conjunction with the Cayman Islands Hotel and Tourism Association. I believe we do have a few WhatsApp messages. I will look at those. But just to say, do not despair, because God willing, on Monday, Minister Myles will be back in the studio with us for the entire show and For the Record on Monday as well. Minister, over to you, sir, because we know you have a hard stop at about 7:55.
Thank you. See, a major part of our push right now in our ministry is to develop as many partnerships with industry. The private sector is the largest employer in the Cayman Islands. Not the Cayman Islands government. So we rely heavily on the private sector to hire our people and certainly match them with careers. We are moving towards industry careers rather than jobs. Mm-hmm. Our people are going to do better if they understand that they're going to start at one space, but they can move 3 or 5 other spaces above. The better our people are in terms of financially, the better our country is. So CETA has come on hard. We've had multiple meetings with them. I've expressed my dissatisfaction that they have done a poor job in marketing careers to our people. They've marketed jobs. They have not done a great job in ensuring that Caymanians are promoted in the industry. Everyone wants to complain that there's not enough Caymanians in the tourism industry when we built it. And all of a sudden, we have more foreign labor in the industry than any other country probably in the world. You go to any other country, it is dominated by their local population. So CETA's come on strong and ensure that they're here to hire Caymanians, because when they hire Caymanians, they win. They don't have to take out work permits. They don't have to spend money on taking out work permits, which is good for their business because they don't lose in the long run because work permits cost. Now, I know all of the challenges that are in the system. I say to people all the time, I don't need to be beat over the head with the challenges that we've had with the tourism industry. It is at times comes across very prejudiced that, there's lots of foreign nationals in the industry and they're only hiring their people. I have ensured that CETA have a clear understanding that this is a regime change. This is an attitude change in terms of our government. I have no intention of just granting work permits for the sake of granting work permits. The Cayman Islands government is not in the business of selling out the Cayman Islands people. Our responsibility is to make sure that we are supportive of our people, and we're going to force industry to do the same. And if they don't like that, leave. They can leave the island, right? But I'm not going to pander or be threatened that if we don't do X, then they're going to pull their business out. There's no organization in this country at this present time, in terms of big industry, from construction to tourism, that are not making money in this country. If they were not making money, they would not be here. So you're going to hire our people, you're going to train our people, you're going to provide scholarships, internships, apprenticeships, and this is where CETA is saying that they want to do.
Okay.
So we are going to be pushing them, but also partnering with them. Because I think quite often what often happens as well is that government says, you go off and do it, and then government retracts. Well, as I said, the ministry is named Caymanian Employment. It is not named Caymanian. It is not named Caymanian Immigration, right? It's named Caymanian Employment. So we are going to be stressing that going forward. But the industries need to come on board, and part of that process right now is employment and training, because you cannot just bring someone on, let them dangle in a position for 10 years, and then all of a sudden bring in an individual. Our people are training those individuals, and then those people are being promoted. That's what the industry has become, and we have to make sure that we change that going forward.
Okay, Minister, I think it's about that time. I don't want to rush you, but I know that you have to get your daughter to school as well. Looking forward to seeing you on Monday. Have a great weekend, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And look forward to. Okay, folks, so this gives me an opportunity now then to do the birthday shout-outs. We have a few. I have been asked to give a birthday shout-out to Annetta Blythe. Her birthday was yesterday, 28th of August. So we're sending out birthday greetings, happy belated birthday greetings to Miss Annetta Blythe, who celebrated her birthday yesterday. And we will look at the other birthday shout-outs for today as well. We see that Mr. Ronna Anglin celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday to Mr. Ronna Anglin. Also, Kathy Sparks Colonel celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday to her. Upcoming birthdays, Darlene Robinson, tomorrow the 30th of August, and Aloni Bernard, also on the 30th of August as well. And to remind you that for the record, birthday shout-outs brought to you by Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, proud to support your birthday shout-outs. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands. You should accept no substitutes. Share a Coke with someone special. Other birthday greetings, Cynthia Haylock and Suzette Tatum celebrating birthdays today. Cynthia Haylock and Suzette Tatum, sorry. Also, we have one here. Also, birthday wishes for my baby sister, Anna Rose Rankin, on Monday, the 1st of September, coming from her family, especially her sister, Andrea Stone, as well. So, folks, those are some of the birthday shout-outs that we have for today. Just to remind you that at 8:15, we will have Minister J. Ebanks in the studio with us for the remainder of the show as well. We know that Minister Ebanks is certainly likes to take phone calls as well. He likes to converse with you, but we know that we can't accommodate everyone on the phone lines. So you may want to send your questions in advance. Our WhatsApp number 925-3261. I can share this WhatsApp, I believe, with you. This person says, can you ask the public libraries to reactivate Wi-Fi hotspots so working people can park outside and search these websites and apply? It seems Wi-Fi is like gold for poor people. Even fast food restaurants now cut it off. Wow. So hotspots, we need them in the Cayman Islands. We see when Barack Obama was President of the United States of America, that's one of the areas of negotiation that he had with the Cuban government. And in Cuba, you see in parks and all over the place, hotspots, Wi-Fi hotspots being set up for people to be able to communicate. And that's in a communist-led country. So here in a democracy, we need to do so as well. Like the writer has said, they reactivate Wi-Fi hotspots so that working people can park outside and search the websites and apply, I guess, as well, to be able to go and register on the jobs Cayman portal as well. Democracies should not just be interested in making monetary or financial profits, but you can also profit in terms of people's ability to help themselves. With that, folks, we've reached the top of the hour, 8 o'clock news. When we return after the news, we should have Minister J. Ebanks in the studio, so don't change that dial. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Thank you very much, Mr. Connor. Radio Cayman time check now, 8:01. This time check brought to you by our friends at Foster's.
When you're on the go, the experienced team at Foster's Pharmacy are here to help. Drop off your prescription while you shop or WhatsApp us and we'll prepare it, ready for your arrival.
Whether you need prescription or over-the-counter medications, blood glucose testing, or advice on vitamins and supplements, we're here early in the morning to late at night. Both of our locations at our Cayman Bay and airport stores are open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Monday to Saturday.
For more info, visit fosters.ky/pharmacy. Foster's Pharmacy. Better health because we care.
If they are talking about us,
living in your head rent-free all this time,
we must be relevant. Radio Cayman since 1976.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. Got a package lined up to ship to the United States? Well, you may want to plan ahead before you pop over to the post office. Here's CIDTV's Travis Webster.
Effective August 29th, 2025, the United States has eliminated its $800 duty-free threshold for postal shipments, significantly impacting Cayman residents and businesses shipping to the U.S. All imports to the U.S., with the exception of private gifts valued under $100, will now be subject to customs duties and a 15% tariff. This change affects shipments to the U.S. and Puerto Rico. The Honorable Nicholas DaCosta, Minister for District Administration and Home Affairs, had this to say.
Men in our community rely on affordable, timely postal services to stay connected with family, conduct business, and send personal items abroad. The sudden implementation of this U.S. policy has created real and unforeseen challenges, both for international postal systems and, more importantly, for Caymanians and residents. While these decisions rest with the U.S. government, our focus is on responding swiftly and effectively here at home. I want to assure the public that the Cayman Islands Postal Service is working with urgency to minimize disruption, and I commend the Postmaster General and her team for their professionalism in managing this transition.
The Cayman Islands Postal Service is advising customers to expect delays and additional costs for all U.S.-bound shipments above the new $100 threshold. Residents and businesses should review all pending U.S. shipments before Friday, August 29th, and factor in new duty costs for business shipments. Residents should also consider alternative shipping options for time-sensitive items and contact the Postal Service for guidance on specific shipments. Residents shipping personal gifts under $100 will not be affected by these changes. Letters and personal gifts worth less than $100 will remain duty-free. The Cayman Islands Postal Service stands ready to provide updated guidance to support customers through this sudden transition. For more information, contact the Cayman Islands Postal Service directly.
New technology that stops sharks from interrupting a good catch has caught the Department of Environment's attention. Dr. Joanna Kohler tells Radio Cayman since sharks became legally protected in 2015, sightings and encounters with these, quote, vulnerable predators have increased.
While this is a welcome trend, increased shark sightings have also included some unwelcomed interactions with the local fishing community as sharks predate on hooked target fish on the line.
But brand new technology that deters sharks electronically has been developed and proven successful recently in Australia. So the DOE is now considering buying and distributing these devices to interested fishermen and fishing charters.
To trial their effectiveness in deterring sharks from preying on hooked fish being pulled in with the aim to increase catches and reduce loss of tackle and fish to sharks in the Cayman Islands.
It's early days yet, and the DOE needs to gauge local interest first, so they're asking all fishermen and fishing charter companies to fill out a short survey that can be found on the department's social media pages. You can also call directly on 949-8469. And the Chamber of Commerce is heading to Australia next week to represent Cayman at the 14th World Chambers Congress. The biennial event serves as the only international forum where chamber professionals and business stakeholders come together to share strategies, explore innovation, and forge global partnerships. CEO Will Pineau.
The World Chambers Congress is more than a networking event. It's a platform to showcase what the Cayman Islands can offer and to bring home new ideas that'll help our business community thrive.
This year's theme is Business, Chambers, Government, Partners for Prosperity, and delegates will discuss digital transformation, climate resilience, workforce development, and international trade. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Karsley Fuller.
BBC News with Govinda Gill. Thailand's Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra has been removed from office over her handling of a border dispute with Cambodia. The ruling by the Constitutional Court plunges the country into a new round of political uncertainty. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Buttontown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin are the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Buttontown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Start. Stop. That's how long it takes to react to a child crossing the street. How long would it take you to apply the brakes? How long would it take the parents to forgive you? How long would it take you to forgive yourself? Slow down. Save a life. Not only theirs, but your own. Texting, speeding, and ignoring safety rules can cost lives. Visit gov.ky/road safety to learn more and help keep our roads safe.
The new KFC nuggets have arrived. That unlike the no-gets, ours are handmade using 100% white meat, unlike the no-gets. At KFC, we hand-bread every day to achieve the perfect flavor. After you try our delicious and crispy nuggets in the original recipe, you'll never settle for less. KFC, the real nuggets. It's finger-licking good.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
All right, good morning, Cayman. Let's take a look at your weather. Got some nice sunny conditions on the outside with some partial cloud cover. Present temperature now 85 degrees Fahrenheit, but it feels like 96 degrees Fahrenheit with the sun. Winds are out of the east-northeast at 6 miles per hour. Relative humidity 84%. The barometric pressure now at 29.97 inches and falling. Synopsis as provided by the Cayman Islands National Weather Service. A moderate chance of some scattered showers and thunder today will be over Cayman Brac and Little Cayman due to residual moisture across the Northwest Caribbean, after which moisture will gradually decrease over the weekend. Our forecast calls for partly cloudy skies with a 40% chance of scattered showers and thunder, mainly over Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Temperatures will rise to the low 90s with a heat index near 106 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds will be east to southeast at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Later this evening, partly cloudy skies with a 40% chance of some scattered showers and thunder. Temperatures will fall near to the mid-80s. Winds will be east to southeast at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. We're presently in a low tide. High tide will be at 2:47 this afternoon. And it's going to be low by 9:11 tonight. The outlook is for a continued decrease in the chances of showers and cloudiness through Sunday. And that, my friends, is your latest weather.
Hey, folks, thanks for your patience. We'll be taking off very shortly. Should be wheels up in about 40 minutes. And due to a bumpy ride, snacks and beverage service has been suspended. AC has given us some trouble. Sorry, folks. And Wi-Fi is out. And so is the entertainment. Yeah, I'm sorry about the smell, folks. We are aware.
I know.
Just one more quick note. We are going to have to deplane.
Come on!
We're like the plane ride that isn't a nightmare. CG Britcay. Good like that.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way, positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Sports. Stay up to date on your sports news with Radio Cayman Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., 6 p.m., and 10 p.m. It's all about sports.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
All right, once again, good morning, my friends. Kids are at school now, and of course, you're making your commute to wherever destination you're heading to. Looking at the east-west arterial, traffic is flowing smoothly, similar to a little bit of traffic building up at the Century 21 roundabout, and of course, moving on. Things moving on clearly at the CUC roundabouts. Some continuing on the Linford Pearson, some continuing on Crew Road. And once getting into Georgetown, things seems to be fair to fine as you make your way into Georgetown. A little bit of a traffic crawl there on Crew Road and similar usual traffic at the traffic stops at the four-way Smith Road, Bobby Thompson Way. A bit of a traffic congestion there. but things are moving. Hulda Avenue seeing some slow-moving traffic as the traffic continues on to the CNB roundabout and continuing on. Traffic on to Thomas Russell Way up to the Butterfield roundabout as expected. Slow-moving traffic, but things get much faster once you get past that roundabout. Of course, streets in Georgetown taking in the influx of traffic. Remember, there's one cruise ship in port, so we will see some visitors ashore in the Georgetown area. Traffic moving along through South Sound, moving fair to fine. On the Walkers Road, northward bound, seeing a little bit of traffic congestion. Some still getting into school trying to make it to school on time. And of course, traffic flowing into the Georgetown area. A little bit of a congestion in the Seafarers Way, but it's moving smoothly. Once getting past that, onto Northshire Street and continuing on to West Bay Road. West Bay Junction looking fair to fine. And of course, traffic along the Wesley Tibbetts moving smoothly, both directions. And the majority of traffic in the Georgetown area seems to be moving fair to fine. Windsor Park area, Smith Road, closer to the Glasshouse area. Traffic seems to be flowing fine in the Georgetown area. Shedden Road, Eastern Avenue. Heading towards the airport, of course. Light traffic in that area as well. We urge you to be safe out here. And of course, buckle up, stay safe, and enjoy the weekend. Finally made it to the weekend. Your traffic report brought to you by our good friends at Subway.
There's something new at Subway. Indulge your taste buds with our new barbecue pork rib sandwich tender. Smoky pork ribs smothered in sweet and tangy barbecue sauce, built just the way you like it. It's bold, rich, and seriously satisfying. But hurry, it's here for a limited time only. Order now on the Subway Cayman Islands app for quick in-store pickup, or get it delivered with Bento or Let's Eat. The all-new barbecue pork rib sandwich, only at Subway. Subway. Eat fresh.
Yummy.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Join us today and be the key to breaking down HIV stigma and getting educated. The Cayman AIDS Foundation is a nonprofit organization working diligently to eliminate HIV stigma and to help make a difference. We are dedicated to overall wellness, community campaign, and education outreach programs. Know your status. Get tested today. Early detection could save your lives. Call the HSA and make an appointment. This message has been brought to you by the Cayman AIDS Foundation.
With Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. As promised, it is my pleasure to have in the studio with me now none other than the Honorable J. Johanny Ebanks, who is the Minister responsible for planning, lands, agriculture, housing, and infrastructure. Just a little bit of housekeeping before I throw the mic, hand the mic over to the minister. We will let you know when the phone lines are open for the minister to receive calls, your comments, or questions that you may have. Meanwhile, if you do have questions, I would say, or comments, please send them into our WhatsApp number 925-3261. That is one way of ensuring that we can address your question or comment that you may have in the event that you're unable to get on the phone lines as well. With that, I want to say good morning, Minister. Welcome back to For the Record.
Morning, OC. Good morning, Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, Cayman Brac, and a special good morning to my fellow Northsiders.
Yes. Can't leave them out. We had some good news from Northside recently. A young man by the name, I'm trying to remember his first name, but I know last name Anderson, that had such great results in those exams, at his age, exceeding, I shouldn't say exceeding expectations, but certainly way ahead in terms of his development and his intellectual development. Huh?
Wonderful young man, OC, and that. It just goes to show all the good progress that the school and Edna Mall Primary School is doing, not only leading in the good standard certificates, but also proving the success is there to show that the kids are coming out with what they need to be. I must say, I applaud everybody, from the parents, the young man, the teachers, everybody that had a role to play in that young man's life, but it's been an exciting thing for him, and not only for him, but I think everyone in the Cayman Islands should be excited for that young man there, just because the skies are the limit for him to continue to move forward, and just to let him know that I know he has the full support of individuals all around him, and we look forward to actually doing something really special for him very shortly, not to give it away, but I know there's something shortly. We're going to be doing something really special for him.
Great.
Yes, OC, thank you for having me here. Since the last time we were here, I was leaving out of your show and headed to East End, and it was to deal with the agro park at that time. Now I'm back on the show, but I can actually say that now we've actually, from leading off from that day to now, we've actually started to hand over this agriculture land now, which has been an exciting milestone for the farmers, individuals in agriculture, to know that now we are starting to really start to engaging and starting to help our food security. And, we've handed over our first set of seven individuals that were there to 7 new farmers that's going to be tasking of helping us when it comes to food security, and a few of them that will actually be into the our nest program that will be setting up also on site. We're excited. That's exciting news. I'm hoping within the next week or so we can actually be looking at getting the committee again to go through another scoring sheet and be able to hand over a few more lots. Also, I just want to clarify a little bit of something here quickly while I'm on the radio on that park, because I know that some individuals may have contacted me and asked me that they haven't heard anything about their applications, and it's the scoring criteria of how it's done. The first tranche of what we're looking for right now when it came to farming was those that were in crop farming, and then that was into helping our nest program to get them. There is the next phase that's coming now. We'll start to add into our livestock section of it too,
okay.
Where we'll be able to have livestock with a mixture of livestock and crop. So if you are more a livestock farmer, just to let you know that we have not forgotten about you. But the first set of individuals of farmers that we've chosen, or not that we have chosen, but the board has chosen, is more about crop farming first. And the reason why we looked at the lay of the land for those that wanted to do crop farming versus those that just needed land for more of whether it's cattle farming or anything else that they're in, livestock, any type of livestock, we wanted to make sure that some of the best pristine land for crop farming wasn't just used for livestock farming. So that's why we've looked at it in the phase that we've looked at. But not that the land for livestock won't be good or anything like that, or be rocky land or anything. No, it will. What we plan to do is we'll end up filling a lot of these lots with topsoil, and getting a lot of that soil from helping from what we have a stockpile at over at in RA to be able to help our farmers again to be able to put on these properties. Each farmer will be getting a 1,000-gallon tank to be able to put out there on there, so the government helps assist with because what we didn't want to do is have every single farm out there going and drilling wells and pulling too much water from the freshwater lanes out there. So we decided to supply all of the farmers going forward with a 1,000-gallon tank, and then after that the farmers could expand on while we still work out and negotiate a rate and how do we get supply of fresh water from Water Authority to the farm there. Yeah. But in the meantime, the farmers are all ready to go. They're pretty much, I would say, everybody should have their lease in hand very shortly by next week. And, CUC has actually been notified. So those farmers is going to be needing to put temporaries out there in the power to get power out their property. We're going to try to work through the planning aspect of that and helping these farmers so that we can try to fast track those farmers in need that needs to be able to put temporaries out there.
Okay. And the costs associated with that, because if you don't already have existing power lines in that area, it may mean having to put them in there. Those costs will be absorbed by the government?
We're working that out, yes. I think it'll be a mixture, probably depending on how many we can get in there, because I know there's a certain distance that CUC would actually do also. Okay. Once members are actually putting in for meters. So once we can actually get the meters in there, the temporaries in there, I think CUC would help out initiative with that product and how we get power there. So we should be able to take very well care of that and get that ball moving. But for now, a lot of the farmers can actually be able to go out and we'll be able to go out and start to plow the land and prepare the land while they're waiting on their power connection with the meters. So everything is moving really smooth up there. It took some time to get where we're at, but you know what? If we look back on when, how long this land has been sitting for agriculture farming, and we were just getting there, I think the time now that from where we have started to now of actually delivering now is it's a little bit behind, but we're right on time at the same time, because food security is probably a top priority on just about every country right now, trying to help sustain themselves.
Could you speak to security as far as the areas are concerned? Because what we're seeing in Cayman now is an increase in predial larceny, where people just walk onto people's property, take their crops. I haven't heard yet about taking the goats and put them in the trunk of the car, but we know that there are some jurisdictions out there where that is done, and no doubt they may have influences here as well. Would there be any ability for those persons who are farming to have any sort of residence on the plot for their workers or someone to be there?
See, what we're looking at is getting a price right now to add security cameras to the entrance and certain areas of the farm, so that we could actually be able to keep a more video of what's happening and how people interact with the going in and out of the farm, because that was a concern of some farmers. Not saying that it will happen, but we just want to be prepared for it. So we're looking into be able to put in 1 or 2 cameras in the area for to be able to see how that actually works out to be, so we can help deter anything that comes up of that nature. Hopefully we never get to the stage where we see people pushing goats in the car. But we just want to make sure that we're always ahead of everything and we've thought out everything, and the farmers have thought it all out also.
Great.
So we we anticipate that there will be challenges in anything we do, but we'll watch it and see how it goes, and we'll start to work it out as we go along.
Okay. One of our listeners had a question about the east-west arterial and the recent news about the national, where the National Conservation Council is asking that the whole process be reevaluated or a rethink of it taken place. And in the meantime, they've seen where a new roundabout is now being established on the junction of Hearst Road and Rex Crichton Boulevard, and whether or not that means then that eventually the extension there on to Shamrock Road will soon be open.
Yes, OC, just to talk about the roundabout, that there's a temporary roundabout that has been put in place at the Hearst Road junction. We're looking forward to opening that connector from Agricola to Hearst Road. I'm reliably informed, I think, by next week. So one of the things that's held us back on actually physically opening that little section of road was the lighting. So once it's open now, you'll notice that in our area has taken an approach where we've added solar lightings along. So we're trying a test trial with solar lights now.
Okay.
And so you'll see once that road is open now next week that you'll see solar lights be along that road. It won't be paved, so we ask people to just take precaution when they're driving on it. It's chip and sprayed. Please, don't go down there speeding 100 miles an hour. It is open as a temporary road right now to try to help relieve the traffic as more as we can. And but we will within another month or so, look at putting a thin layer of asphalt on top of it so that we can continue. So I just begged all of our people to just, when you're on that road, just bear with it. It is a temporary measure right now, but it's just to help relieve some of our pinch points that we're having, especially at the Newlands Junction intersection there. We recently noticed that, we had a car run into the wall right there just, maybe last week. And if I could think back, OC, it's probably maybe the third time now that I could probably remember now since that wall was actually built there, that the cars actually ran through it. So. Yeah. We're going to be looking at also some modifications at that junction in Newlands there of how we can actually make
this is by Countryside.
By Countryside. So one of the things that we're looking at is while that modification is being looked at Countryside too, we'll have an alternative route to be able to move traffic flow around a lot more easier and not hold up the traffic from that direction. I was just speaking with the director yesterday, and he brought that up as some concerns that he thinks that we need to. One, we want to look at it because the way the buses are stopping and picking up individuals, that they're stopping right into the middle of the road, and maybe trying to create a shoulder where they can actually pull off and offload on passengers and not hold up the traffic flow. Because now you're coming home in the afternoons, that traffic moves very swiftly until we get to that point.
Yeah.
And a lot of Savannah is held up from right there, going back. And then once you pass that location, it's moves
free
right
flowing
back
again. Yes.
So we realize that is another pinch point that we need to look at. So we're going to be looking at very shortly, putting some pedestrian crossings also in that intersection also to make sure that individuals that are walking from the gas station from Newlands could actually, can cross the road very safely without having to run across the road and take any chances. So, the last thing we would ever want to make is for someone to get injured, knocked down in any way. So we want to make sure the safety aspect of it is there for that area because it is a growing area.
Certainly. Folks, the voice that you're hearing there, none other than the Honorable J. Ebanks, Minister with responsibility for planning and other subjects as well. We're going to take a commercial break. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite band-aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. But don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
When a hurricane hits, unexpected costs can add up fast. Homeowners are usually out of pocket for these costs to get supplies or make minor repairs. But with Cineco's parametric coverage, you get automatic payouts within 2 to 3 weeks after a Category 3 or stronger storm, whether or not you have damage. Available only through Cineco Homeowners Insurance. Call 949-8101 or visit Cineco.ky for a quote. That's Cineco.ky to get a quote today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
It's a sizzling summer with J&M Money. You can win a luxury weekend getaway for two when you send or receive money from now until September 30, 2025. That's right. We're turning up the heat this summer with J&M Money. Visit www.jnmoneyonline.com to learn more about how to win. What are you waiting for? Send, win, relax this summer with J&M Money.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. My pleasure to have in the studio with me this morning Minister J. Ebanks, and talking about several things. We will be opening up the phone lines in a while. We'll let you know when. Meanwhile, we're encouraging you, if you have questions or comments, please send them to our WhatsApp number, and we can have the minister address them. This person says, can you ask the minister if it is possible to build a community chicken coop in West Bay? We have a lot of stray chickens since Ivan. If they can be rounded up and cooped back up, that would be a tremendous help, especially to the backyard farmers in West Bay. Those chickens could actually feed the whole of West Bay. We don't even have a feed depot up here as well.
Well, see, I know some people have been asking about a feed depot in the West Bay area. The short answer to the feed depot is that we really can't put in another location to build their whole feed. So, but what we have did is that we're going to make it a lot more easy for individuals that want feed. So what we have started to do is agriculture department has gone out to procure a delivery truck of similar like what you see E.L. Thompson's and them have with the piggyback forklift on it. The reason for that is that because we've been hearing that, a lot of individuals wanting to be able to say, well, boy, it's a hard, long drive to come to the Savannah and everything else. But what we need to do is, what you're able to do now is call in your order, and the delivery truck will be able to deliver directly to you. And the reason that we wanted that too is because we get a lot of farmers that come to the society, to the department, to pick up feed. And some of these guys are moving 400 or 500 bags at a time.
I see them there on a Saturday morning sometimes,
Listen, and we'll see, I can guarantee you it is a lot of stress that we put on our stockman that is there moving. If you think about them guys picking up 50-pound bags and moving that 7 or 6 days a week, how much stress we're putting on those guys. So what we wanted to do is be able to have it whereby if someone individual calls in and says they need feed, everything will be on a delivery truck. The delivery truck can get to you, but now the forklift will be able to actually take those to help the farmer out a little bit more. What's happening is he has to come there. We have to load his truck. Then when he gets to his farm, he has to offload it to. And if he has help or don't have help, think of the manpower it takes him then now to move it and set it back into place. Whereas this delivery truck now will be able to deliver on a pallet exactly where it is, set it down for him where he needs to be able to set it down and move on. And then not only that, but we will make the system able to be able to pay directly in with the truck. So we'll have a credit card or debit card machine moving with them to make life a lot more easier. So if they just bear with me, I can guarantee it is on its way. We're working that direction to get there, and it will make life a lot more easier with farmers not having to go down to the department. They can call in their orders from there on.
And while we're on that subject, I know that there were plans on expanding the depot itself, out there. Where are those plans at now?
Well, see, that's a really good question, and I was, as I get off the radio today, that is my first meeting to go to with Miss Leda Nicholson. She messaged me last night, says she has the plans, and we want to look at them first thing in the morning for that expansion at that depot. And I think what we're going, because of some of the price points that we're hearing of there, we're probably going to look at doing it in 2 phases of the depot, and maybe building the feed storage area first, because what we're having is just to try to eliminate as much waste that we have, and creating a more user-friendly area for our farmers, but also for the individuals that are working there, and to allow to be able to keep the environment of how we store pesticides, herbicides, and the cattle feed, the goat feed, and how we store our hay, all into an environment that it'll last a lot longer, but without having to have the waste that we do. So exciting that this is all there, and we look forward to looking at that today and seeing costs and getting some costs out on that, and how much the phase 1 of that will actually cost. But it's going to be I can tell you it's been well thought out, was well laid out. We've had individuals from overseas give us their input of how they thought it should be set up, and we've looked at in other locations in Jamaica how they have their areas set up when we were traveling over there. So we've did a lot of research on it and how to make this work the best it can. So look forward to it.
Okay, and land space isn't an issue there. I would imagine that the agriculture department has sufficient.
We have sufficient amount of land, but I can tell you, OC, if there's any lands that are coming up for sale around the department, I encourage my colleagues to help me support to buy as much of that agricultural land that we can. It is beautiful land that's around there. It is pristine, good farm agricultural land. And as much as it that we can buy, I think we should buy. But we do have enough space right now to be able to add in the feed area.
Okay. This person has written in and said, what incentives of this same nature or similar nature are happening in the BRAC? And also, is the minister looking into green fruit/vegetable waste from supermarkets, private sector, to make composting sites for soil by recycling those items?
OC, I can tell you that the agriculture department makes their own soil now from compost.
Okay.
The department itself. We do have individual farmers out there right now that are composting that get from the grocery stores. So it is happening. If it's an individual that wants to get into that, I can just tell them that they could actually, if they're listening, they can send me a WhatsApp 916-4249, and we're happy to help get them in contact with the individuals that they would need to get some of the waste for compost.
Mm-hmm.
Always happy to help that.
And the other question in relation to the BRAC, what are the plans in terms of any upgrades for agriculture in the BRAC?
Yes, OC, that is something that we're looking at doing also for the BRAC. Basically the same thing that we did for Grand Cayman here, where we've identified a good piece of farmland and where we could actually lease it out. We have the program ready here. It's working here now, so it's easy to roll it out into the BRAC. I'm going to ask my colleague from the BRAC, Mr. DaCosta, on that, and how we could actually work to identifying a suitable location that he thinks is probably best land, whether it is Crown property or whether it is a property that he thinks that the government should be looking into the purchasing for agriculture in the BRAC. That's something that we're going to be looking at.
Okay, Minister, we're going to take a commercial break. Folks, please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
Storms bring wind, rain, and unexpected costs to buy supplies, secure your home, or make minor repairs. Incidental expenses not covered by insurance. Until now, with Cineco's parametric coverage, you get automatic payouts within 2 to 3 weeks of a Category 3 or stronger hurricane, whether or not you have damage. Available only through Cineco's homeowners insurance. Visit Cineco.ky to get a quote today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite band-aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. Don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. My pleasure to have in the studio with me this morning Minister J. Ebanks, who has responsibility for planning, lands, agriculture, housing, and infrastructure. One Facebook comment, person says, why does the government have to do everything? If there's a chicken problem in West Bay, get together with others and solve it yourselves. Good point, good point. You may need some government assistance, yes, but yeah. Minister?
We'll see. I don't know what more I can add to that one. Yes, I don't know. We'll see. You know, I've heard this before about government needs to do something about the chickens that are running around here. I know that I've heard farmers actually say that also, that we should be looking at doing something. I'll have a conversation with the Minister of Environment and, you know, take a note of that and see what we can, if there's something that they have in mind and what we can do to help out in any way with that.
Okay. Minister, recently the issue of the old glass house, old government administration building, has been popping up. And on one of my previous shows, I spoke about it as well, and I used the example of the tower building when that was destroyed after Hurricane Ivan, how quickly, well, it wasn't that quick, but eventually it was demolished. At that time, I believe it cost like $1 million to demolish the tower building. The previous governments have mentioned and have come up with some suggestions about what to do with that building. We have heard, when I say that building, the old glass house, we have heard that it is probably more expensive to try to renovate and to be able to bring it up to code, to be able to get a CO from the planning department, or whether or not it should be demolished, turned into a park, and then there talk about naming it after one of our national heroes whose residence was in close proximity to where the glass house now is. Does that fall under your ministry, sir?
It actually does, OC. The glass house, and it's kind of funny that you brought that up, because just last week my colleagues and I was actually having talks about what to do with the glass house and what to do with the government building and what do we need to do in the next phase, because right now the government building is bursting at the seams when it comes to space. We are, literally all the time we are having to, move departments out of the building. Right now we're looking at moving some departments out because of the size of the way that things are growing. So we I've asked my colleagues on what we should do, because there's a lot of people, when you talk to them, they have historical ties to the building and said that we should, we need to preserve it, we need to keep it. And then there's those that you talk to and said that we should just knock it down and get rid of it. One of the things that, from what I understand, that my mandate was to go and look at was actually seeing how we could actually look at renovating the ground floor and maybe the second floor in the building, and just bringing that into more of a history kind of a thing, where we put up a lot of our artifacts, but a lot of our history that's in there, and make it be kind of a walk-through system where people can come and be able to see a lot of the history that's happened throughout government and stuff like that. That was one thing that was thrown out to us to be able to look at and see what we can go. But then, how do we maybe look at maybe adding a section of my thoughts was maybe seeing how we can look at the second floor too, is adding a section of a wellness center for the admin building into it also. And also at the end of the day, I mean, everything is going to boil down to what the cost is, and whether and what it will take to get a certificate of occupancy back for the building, and the safety of the building, and make sure everything is right. So we are looking into it and seeing what we can do to help preserve, to move it forward, and so it's just not sitting there and doing nothing with it. I think I've got a pretty much a stare from my colleagues also, that we need to start to look at another government admin building, and start the process for another admin building. And, when we look at that, we'll see a process for another admin building will be not talking about building it in this term, but the just doing the business case and going out and finding the suitable area and everything else, and getting the designs and all of that done is probably at least maybe 3 to 4 years in the making to get all of that sorted out. So, but we need to start somewhere. So I am going to be starting to work on that so that we could actually look forward to be able to come up with the next design of a new admin building. Because when we look around OC, I'm not going to throw any numbers out there, but we're renting a lot, and we're all over, Georgetown to West Bay, spread out with departments and sections of ministries all over the place. So from the rent aspect of what we're doing, I know definitely we could look at building a new admin building and actually paying for it very quickly. So yeah, that's something I'll be looking into, is the building, and also the glass house of some renovations and that, if it's feasible.
Okay. This question again, focusing on the BRAC. Person says, will agriculture, or I would imagine, the agriculture department be open to doing the same composting program in the BRAC? How can this be done by partnering with supermarkets in the BRAC? Meet with all supermarket owners, and this may even start a program to employ a few BRAC young persons to do collections of green material and carry to the agriculture site for compost. Soil can then be sold at low cost to residents, used at government sites, schools, etc. This would help the growing garbage heap in the BRAC as well. So,
also, it's I want to thank the writer for that. That's a great question, and it's something that I can tell you. I know that my agriculture team is listening on right now, so I'm pretty sure they're taking a note of that. If they're not, hopefully that they are. I'll make a note myself, and how we could actually combine that into the same composting that we're doing here, and be able to get some of our people up there to be able to train some of the individuals on how to actually do it also. So we'll make a note and look into it.
Okay, and this one, I'm actually replying to it, but because I think you did mention it before. This person wanted to know how much the government spends on renting space, and you said when you were talking about that just now, you weren't sure, how much, but you know that it's a significant amount, but OCI
I don't want to throw a number out there and it's not an accurate number, because you know how people will hold you.
Yes.
Putting a number out there and they said, oh, you mentioned this number, but it's far off from that. But I can tell you it is a large number that we're doing in renting.
Okay, and this one says, hope the government could preserve the glass house and make the lawns with seating so that people could have their lunch there, etc. Yeah, well, you're going to soon have a park behind the government administration building in Central, that you would be able to do that as well. And then they say also, could Minister J let us know what's happening with the police station? It is unoccupied, and I believe that they're probably talking. Are they talking about? Is this the BRAC, or are you talking about the Georgetown?
They may be talking about the Georgetown police station. OC. I said maybe, boy, I don't know. They must have either they got my phone tapped at the government building, but that was another one.
They're touching all the points,
They're touching all of the points. Yeah, so that means the government is actually talking about the right things that the people are asking. So we're ahead of it. OC, that was another one that I proposed to my government also that we need to look into, and for me to get the steer on whether we go ahead and start to demolish the old police station that's left there in Georgetown, if that's the one that they're talking about. I know just recently, when by parking close by Radio Cayman, you can hear some of the dogs barking. So I don't know if they're keeping some of their canine dogs there or not, but it's something that we will be having discussions with the chief of police shortly, and looking into maybe just tearing it down, clearing up the site. That building has basically been condemned, so we need to move on from there. But we need to, we also need to keep mindful that we really need to build the police a more suitable building, because they are, if I can think just off the top of my head right now, I think the police are actually maybe in Piccadilly building, some are actually at the Royal Bank upstairs, they're in the Flow building, so they're all over the place right now. So we need to think and mindful for them also that there is going to be need for that in the future.
Okay, folks, we're going to go to our headline news at 9 o'clock. When we return, the conversation with Minister J. Ebanks will continue. Don't change that dial. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Information, entertainment, inspiration.
Covering Grand Cayman, Little Cayman, Cayman Brac.
Since 1976 till now.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
An update on the Cayman Brac High School today. At 11 a.m., the Education Minister will share, quote, key updates on the new Cayman Brac High School project. Radio Cayman is carrying the briefing live, so make sure to keep it locked. In international news, investigators say the attacker who opened fire on pupils as they were praying at a church in Minneapolis was, quote, obsessed with the idea of killing children. The attacker, who killed 2 children and injured 18 others, did not seem to have any specific motive. Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara said the attacker, quote, appeared to hate all of us, adding more than anything, the shooter wanted to kill children. The murdered children have been identified by family as Fletcher Merkel, who was 8 years old, and 10-year-old Harper Moisky. And New Zealand police have released fresh CCTV footage believed to show a fugitive who disappeared with his 3 children more than 3 years ago. The nighttime footage shows 2 people in full body clothing, who police are confident is, quote, Tom Phillips and one of his children, apparently breaking into a store before driving away on a quad bike. The detective in charge of the case told a press conference today that the pair had made off with some grocery items. Mr. Phillips disappeared into the wilderness with his 3 children in December 2021. Police believe he took the kids after losing legal custody of them. Those are your headlines. I'm Karsley Fuller.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Do you have a healthcare question but not sure who to ask? Contact HSA's Patient Call Center to speak to one of our experienced clinical team members. We are here to answer your questions and help guide you through your healthcare journey. Need to make an appointment? Our team can help. Contact HSA at 949-8600 or email info@hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. In the studio with me, Minister J. Ebanks. We're going through the WhatsApp messages as we receive them, while at the same time Minister Ebanks is updating us on some of the things that are taking place. One of our listeners wanted to know whether or not there's any update in relation to the Edna Moyle Primary School, sir.
Well, see, the last time that we were on the show with the Minister of Education, I think he did mention on that on your show at that time that we're well on the ways of continuing to make progress towards that. I think we're well in the design phase of it. We've purchased all the property that we needed for the expansion of that.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you, NRA is looking at redesigning the entrance of to get to the civic center and the clinic.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that I should be able to get something within the next week or two on that, on how we're going to redesign the roadway so we can remove the roadway that goes through the middle that separates the property. So there's a lot of work that's being done behind the scenes now to continue to push towards that. And as the minister rightfully said on the last radio show, that he is committed and supported of building the new Edna Moyle Primary School. And I'm going to hold him and keep him to task that we continue to push that as much as we can in that direction, and I can continue to do what I have to do from behind the scenes to help him and anything. So all of the small roadblocks that I foresee ahead, I'm trying to deal with them now, so that when the minister is ready to go in the building stage, most of this has already been done, and we're not holding him up with nothing at all.
Excellent. Yeah,
so
that shows coordination. Yes,
a lot of work. Yes, and we work closely together on it, and we're going to continue to deliver what we need to deliver for the Edna Moyle Primary School. I have a very soft heart and sweet spot for the Edna Moyle Primary School, which I think pretty much every single north sider does. I'm not
sure.
Just,
yes.
As when it comes to the school, so we are very supportive with the school, and we've finally got it to where it's we're having a good certificate, and we want to be able to maintain that, and we want to be able to continue to push excellency in the school, and we're showing, and it's showing. We were just talking about the young man that that just came out with these high grades. So it is showing that the school is there. And there used to be an old saying that it was what we were called small but Talawa at one point in time.
Yes.
But,
Okay, one of our listeners wanted to or asking you to please encourage new hotels, and I would add to this, not only new hotels, but any new structures that are going up to plant native fruit trees and plants like our national flower. These would add to visitors' attractions, as well. More and more, we continue to see plants and trees that are not indigenous to the Cayman Islands lining the entrances to buildings. In most instances, the Royal Palm is one of the famous ones as well. So, with you wearing the hat of planning minister as well as the minister of agriculture, do you have a viewpoint on that in terms of encouraging, if you're going to have vegetation on your properties, commercial or otherwise, that it should be indigenous?
OC, I think pretty much every Cayman will support that. It's something I'll make a note right here on my planning stuff here right now. So I'll make a note of that and see how we actually work that into new development of planning applications. If it's a something that the board can just uphold, or if it's something that we need to put in regulations. I've made a note of it, but I do agree with it. So yeah, there's nothing to. I don't see why that cannot be done.
And I believe you did receive something in terms of the estimated cost of rental for government office space, somewhere between 10 and 12 million per year, was it?
That's been reliably informed. That's where the number is, yes.
That's an actual number,
yes.
Between 10 and 12 million per year that government is paying in rental for offices outside of the government administration building. And when that building was built, the new building, the estimates were that it would be able to house a government for quite a while. And then not long after that, we saw some of the statutory authorities being required to move. Of course, from the optics of having them in a government administration building like SEMA, who's supposed to be an independent regulatory authority, weren't that nice having them in the building, so that was understood. But even now we have seen that have really outgrown that building.
Oh, see, I think we outgrown it from the first day we walked into it. If you ask a lot of the individuals that are around, has been around there from the day one, that has been involved in the aspect of the building, especially from the facility side of it, they would tell you, we have outgrown that building long time ago. And when I think about the design of the building, I could say there's areas that I think that it just wasn't fit for purpose for every single thing. It didn't take into account everything that we needed around there and how the way that the building is designed. But I can guarantee you that the new one that we would be looking at in the future will take in consideration just about everything and all aspects of all things. I've seen here where my team has just texted me and told me that they've taken a note of the question that was put forward for planning about using our more local trees that we have. So they are already starting to work on that to be able to give us some answers on that shortly.
Excellent. Now, Minister, I know I've been posing a lot of questions that are coming from our audience as well, but I know that there are things that you want to touch on as well, and we don't want to distract, from those.
Yeah, OC, thank you. I know we spent quite a time on agriculture, and I just, one thing that I want to really start to look at too is, or just give a touch on and thank the new National Housing Trust board, all the hard work that they're doing and working over there, and from the members on the board right down to the director and all of the staff over there. I know there been some challenges, and I must say that they are well working out most of the challenges. It may not be as fast as we want it all to happen, but what I can tell you is that the board is looking in right now to be able to see how we start to work out these kinks to make housing trusts as efficient as it can be, and hopefully more online access where people will be able to track their applications and stuff like that also in the future, because I can tell you I probably feel more calls on anything else when it comes to all of my departments. Probably my number one is actually national housing.
Okay.
There's a lot of calls on that, and we're, as the last time leaving off from your show when I had the Minister of Finance here, we're going to be looking at ways, because we know there's no way in the world national housing will be able to build us out of what the problem that we're in. We are just a approach to it that almost want to say that we're like a Band-Aid approach to the number of homes that we need to deliver, meaningful homes that we need to deliver for our Caymanians when it comes to affordable housing. So we're in the future, we're going to be looking at how we do triple Ps and partnering with other partners to be able to build out that sector. Because, what we found is that a lot of individuals, developers have gone and left that middle class section there. And, we're not, that gap is missing. So we want to be able to partner with them, whether it's national housing partnering with them more, or whether it is directly the government itself partnering, whether it's looking at some of the lands that government has and be able to coming up with some triple Ps and how we work and how do we allow affordable housing to be built on. I know the Minister of Finance is working on ways on how we make this a lot more easier, and I know the Premier and the acting Premier and my colleagues all around the table are very supportive of that, of how we start to come up with a solution that we can start to move fast-track housing in the direction where we need to. But it's going to take a lot more easier ways of when it comes to procuring and when it comes to how we can do triple Ps, and to be able to add that to where we can start to move forward, to be able to deliver a meaningful number of homes through when it comes to affordable housing in the Cayman Islands. We'll see. I had in the last couple of days, I've had the opportunity now to hand over, I think it was 3 keys to individuals in Northside. So, it's I'm happy to say that when I cross the site now, I'm not seeing construction debris anymore, or just seeing the site sitting there as is. So the first 8 homes that are in now, we're all just waiting on the banks to return the checks so individuals can get their keys. And then I think 8 till maybe 14 or 16, it is somewhere there, is in their last phase of the planning phase. So we'll be able to, hopefully in the next month, we'll be able to give those keys away also. And then we're on the last leg now to finish off the other remaining homes. So the site is at 35 homes, and more majority of those homes are pretty much at stages where I would say they're some are at the roof stage right now, and there's 4 that are just coming back out of the foundation that we just started back. But we're looking forward to continue to move and get that going. And I'm going to make a commitment on the radio today to for my colleague in West Bay, because I know everybody's been asking. We did a groundbreaking in Apple Blossom, which is now called Birch Tree Heights. That is something that for my West Bay colleagues, I want to guarantee them that I'm keeping mindful, that I'm keeping pressure on the board that we can deliver and start to. We've drawn down the permits now, so we have permits ready to go for that site. We had to do some rejigging of the site a little bit, just to be able to be good neighbors and satisfied with the neighbors that are around us. So we we've had talks with them, and we're going to work with them to how we deliver phase 2 and phase 3 of the site. But phase 1 of the site, we're going to start to move forward. So I would hope to say, I'm going to put myself on a limb here now and say by next month, I want to be able to see at least 1 to 2 houses started on that ground there, so that I can make sure that my West Bay colleagues are happy to come down and see the groundbreaking on that. OC, it is exciting news, because that is one site that I've always said that we as the previous ministers and stuff that over there has never got the opportunity to look at the site, to be able to fix the site. And it was one of the last sites that individuals that were living on that I want to make sure that we take care of them. So we are going to be looking at that right now.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a commercial break. Minister, when do you want to open up the phone lines? Let me know if I can announce it now, and then when we come back from the break, we open it up. Or
you know me, you can open the phone lines from 8:30.
Okay,
I'm always happy to engage with my people.
Okay, so the phone lines will be open as soon as we return from this commercial break, and I believe, Paul, we already have a voice note that we can start with that. Folks, please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
It's a sizzling summer with J&. Money. You can win a luxury weekend getaway for two when you send or receive money from now until September 30, 2025. That's right. We're turning up the heat this summer with J&. Money. Visit www.jnmoneyonline.com to learn more about how to win. What are you waiting for? Send, win, relax this summer with J&. Money.
When a hurricane hits, unexpected costs can add up fast. Homeowners are usually out of pocket for these costs to get supplies or make minor repairs. But with Cineco's parametric coverage, you get automatic payouts within 2 to 3 weeks after a Category 3 or stronger storm, whether or not you have damage. Available only through Cineco Homeowners Insurance. Call 949-8101 or visit Cineco.ky for a quote. That's Cineco.ky to get a quote today. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. Phone lines are open for you to converse with Minister J. Ebanks. Please try to make your comments as short as possible so that we can accommodate as many callers as possible as well. We're going to start with the WhatsApp voice note. Paul, go right ahead, please.
Good morning, Mr. J. Could you give us an update on what's happening about making the house, where are we at with that? Making the house lot smaller so that, there's a group of people that totally admire these tiny homes, right? And they get cute, adorable. A lot of seniors are wanting to downsize. So could you update us? I know there's a place in Beach Bay. I think they've got down to 8,000 square foot for a house lot. So can you update us on that? Is it depending on the subdivision? Is it left up to the developer? Or is it something that you can implement to say we can have lot sizes as small as? Yeah, that's a question. Could you kindly answer? I'd really appreciate it. As a Caymanian small developer myself, I would love to hear the answer.
Great question.
Osi, thank you for that question. I want to thank the individual for that question. Osi, I can tell you that we are looking at lot sizes right now. It's something that the team in CFC is very supportive of creating smaller lot sizes. And I just want to go back just to show how committed we are with it. Is that if you remember, we had some discussions with the land lease in East End that we were doing. And the reason that subdivision was actually ready, but when we got into it, we looked at the size of the lots and we realized that, if we went down to smaller lot sizes and that, how much more efficient way, how much more people would actually be able to get a piece of land in there. So we've had our team analyzing to look back at that to see that the size of the lots that we can go there. And I can tell you in the future, it's probably going to, it will actually probably be in the new planning changes coming shortly. So it is actually already in the makings and under fire that we're going to get it done. So I can guarantee the caller that yes, that will be coming. But it will be up to the developers then to decide on, or whoever is putting in the subdivision, what size lots, because I guess it caters to, you know, how they want the subdivision to be looked after. But yes, it is something that we're looking at right now, and hopefully keeping fingers crossed, if it's not able to be rolled out by the end of this year, at least in the first quarter of next year.
Okay. So we're going to go to the phone lines. We have 4 callers queued up. So there's a saying that brevity is the spice of life. In this case, brevity will be the way for you to get your questions asked, if you're brief as possible. First caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Connor.
Good morning. Good morning.
And good morning, Minister.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
I have a little cold, but you ain't gonna stop me from calling you. So this is your favorite person, apart from Northside. And well, I publicly want to say thank you. I didn't get the chance to say that. Thank you. I know you know what I'm saying. Thank you for.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Connor, I just want to say to you that brevity is not the spice of life. I guess that depends on what we're talking about. Moving forward, Minister, I have to apologize. I missed the very first part of what you were saying. So I don't know if you covered this already, but I've been wanting to ask you, the bypass, the one that runs into Newlands. I wanted to ask you if, please, just like how you delivered Malene out here in Savannah, if you would please complete that road, put in some proper sidewalk on those shoulders, put in some more lighting and so on. It is a good idea, but the way that it is right now, I think it's more dangerous than it is helpful. So I know that once you commit to something, you're going to deliver, and I want to say publicly, thank you. We do appreciate you, and if we could take you out of the north side and put you down here, I would really appreciate that. Anyway, they'll have my guts for garters, not to saying that, but you know me. Anyway, just wanted to say thank you, Minister, for keeping your promises. Always love to hear you on the radio, and I like that you deliver for the entire island and not just for one district, okay?
Thank you.
I will shut up now and give somebody else a chance.
Thank you very much, caller. And the other saying also is that brevity is the soul of wit. I think that's the original saying for that as well. But spice of life also. Next caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, OC.
Good morning.
Yeah, and good morning to the honorable member there.
Good morning, Lord Graham. How are you, sir?
I'm great. I wonder what it is you've done for her that she got to be thanking you so much. I know she got to call me in a minute, but Minister.
I think you know too, sir. You called me about it.
Yeah. I don't have no questions for you because apparently every question that anybody poses to you, you're already on top of it. you either start the job already, or you guys in the office doing it. So I don't know what to ask you, but I will just congratulate you on the job you're doing, and I also want to congratulate you on the house that you completed in Northside and made that lady so happy by giving her the key to another chapter in her life. Mm-hmm. So I really, really want to congratulate you on that. You are a true action man, I can tell you that. So I just want you now to keep my elected member up, and he's staying real close to you, so some of your activities can,
rub off
on him. Yeah, rub off. Yeah. So again, I just called to say thank you very much for the work that you're doing, and if you continue it, we will be in the right place going forward for the Cayman people as we know them.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We can grab one more caller before we go to our next commercial break. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
A special good morning to the Honourable Minister, Mr. J. Ebanks.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
First of all, I know you don't know who it is, but I can identify myself. I am former Chief Inspector Myles of the RCIPS. And I must say, the job you're doing is one that will go down in history. I want to take this opportunity to thank you, congratulate you on the job that you're doing for the people of the Cayman Islands. I just have a few topics that I want to touch on this morning. And one that some of the public have already touched on is the police station. We are in partly in need of a proper police headquarters.
Yes, sir.
It's a police headquarters. Having worked there for over 30 years, I can vividly speak to the condition of that station.
Mm-hmm.
It is deplorable. And I'm glad that they have closed it, because if they didn't close it, they will end up with a lawsuit of somebody getting sick. So I want to thank the Commissioner who took the initiative to close it and seek all alternative housing for the police.
Mm-hmm.
It is imperative that their working surrounding is comfortable, because that will be conducive to proper policing. And I'm sure that other members of the public will share that with me and members within the service. My next point is, Westfield Police Station was terminated years ago, and they brought it back online. That station needs to go. It has outgrown its time.
Mm-hmm.
And also will tell you here,
Mm-hmm.
they need to address it swiftly, because it carries a particular stench that is not conducive to one's health. We identified the spot in Westfield Police Station, but nothing has happened. I passed there yesterday, and the grass was over 5 feet high. What are we doing? We need to address this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking if you use your good office and address them with the Commissioner of Police, because I'm sure that he wants to see that he get the best for his officers.
Correct.
The next point is on traffic. Traffic, in particular, you yourself could go to the license department right now and apply for a Group 4 license. You will get a learner. You can go and rent a bus from one of the bus companies and come and do a test on Wednesday or Thursday next week, and you get a Group 4 license, which entitles you to operate every piece of equipment on the Cayman Islands, and yet you do have no training whatsoever. So my thing to you this morning is for you to look at addressing how we give Group 4 license. It needs to be that these people have to be properly trained on this specific piece of equipment. You cannot go to Foster's now and work in the warehouse and operate a forklift until you have done a forklift course.
Correct.
So we need to do the same thing for backhoes, tractor heads, dump trucks, and so forth. All other countries have it in place. So it's time for Cayman to get it in place. I'm sure you will agree with me there.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
Caller, thank you. Thank you very much. We have to go to our commercial break. When we return, the phone lines remain open. I believe we still have a WhatsApp caller on hold, and I have a WhatsApp message that I will share as well. And I'm sure that as soon as I open up the screen, there will be more. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Can you imagine your home completely organized? At Brand Source Custom Closets, we can. We specialize in designing and building custom closets and storage units for any room in your home, including the garage. With tailored designs and custom LED lighting solutions to fit your lifestyle and budget. Our custom closets expert is committed to enhancing the value of your home with a solution that is uniquely yours. Visit our showroom or call 623-6774 to schedule a no-obligation appointment with our design expert. Brand Source Custom Closets, 209 Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite Band-Aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. Don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We have a WhatsApp caller. I just received a call from this number as well. I just want to tell our callers we have a toll-free number, 1-800-534-8255. You can also call 949-8037, 949-6990, and our WhatsApp number, 925-3261. So this person has written and said, private sector needs to assist with public housing too. Government cannot be expected to do everything. Some of our generational Caymanian millionaires, possibly even billionaires, need to step up with national giving on a large scale as well. And don't forget now that the building that the private sector is doing, a lot of it is some driven by our tourism sector, but a lot of it also driven by the requirements for permanent residents as well and those investments. So if those things are removed, then, you don't have that issue.
But not only that, too, we'll see, but a lot of it is driven by profit, too.
Yeah, yes, that the main one, yeah.
And,
so true.
If we want to bring down the cost of homes, I think to help Caymanians get into a home, there's going to be ways that the government is going to help get creative. And how do we bring that cost down? And that's why I just wrote that there's ways that we're looking into that to be able to bring that cost down, so that what I would love to see is when a young Caymanian just got a job, moving in there, and are able to get their first time home, and some of our young Caymanians able to get a home before they are even 25. That's the dream and stuff that we want to continue to give our people and our Caymanians and our younger ones that, listen, it isn't going to be overpriced. You're not going to be outpriced. You have a government that's going to be here with you to be able to help serve you, to help continue to be your servant and help deliver on the needs necessary for the people of this country. And national housing housing is a right for all of our Caymanians to have. And we're going to continue to make sure that Caymanians have that right. And not only that, but have that right for affordable homes.
Yep.
And let me reverse that back too, but then not just saying about affordable home, but affordable prices, right? Because it could be anything that a Caymanian wants to, but we want to make sure that this place is not going to be priced out whereby it prices the Caymanians out of a home. I'm not going to sit down and allow that to continue to move in the directions that we're going to be able to make that change. And I can tell you the government is going to be mindful and be behind that we continue to push that price back down. I can tell you just this week here, I had kind of a think tank with some of my contractors and architects, and with the director of planning, and how do we deliver to bring that cost down when it comes to housing? How do we make it? And not only that, how do we streamline the processes to be able to make this work a lot better? Things that we think that we need to be able to do. And I had Mr. Stanley Hill was there with me, and it was very vocal when it comes to the industry too. And his forgive me, but I don't remember his son name, but his son was there with him too. But OC, this is something that we're looking into, and we want to make sure that we can continue to push, because I can tell you, we are the number one thing that the government thinks about is it's every decision we make is how does it going to affect the people, and how does it benefit the Caymanian people.
Okay, we have 4 callers on hold. I believe the WhatsApp caller is next one. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Please be as brief as possible.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Marcano.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Okay, and good morning to the Honorable Minister, Mr. J. Ebanks.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, concerning Northwood Prison. In 2007, there was a prison inspector from England that came to Cayman Islands and inspected Northwood and said that he was very disappointed that that was the type of prison that the Cayman Islands had for our prisoners. And it's now 2025. And if a fire was to break out in Northwood Prison, the security guard has to open every cell with a key. And in 2025, we're supposed to have prisons that you're able to press a button that every cell is able to open at once to save the lives of people in case we have like a serious fire, like electrical, that spreads very quickly, that the prisoners and also the security guards could also lose their lives. So I'm hoping that the government will find the finances needed to build a new prison for our prisoners. No one in Northwood was sentenced to death. And if this was to occur, God forbid, in Jesus' precious name, if this was to occur, and a lot of those prisoners lost their lives, this is something that the government does not want to face when it comes to their families. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, caller. Let's grab the first landline caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Pleasant good morning.
Good morning.
POC.
Good morning.
Good morning to the minister. Good morning to the minister. The question that I have with the farming, they require a special panel box, a swing-out panel box. But when you check in the stores, the merchants don't sell it, so you got to import it. So the minister could either ask the merchants if they could import the special swing-out panel box where they need instead of a flip-up one. Thank you. He know who on the line.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, caller. Next caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Paul, I think there may be another call coming in on the WhatsApp as well. Landline caller, good morning. Welcome. Not hearing anyone. Next caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I am going to just ask a question, and I would like... Good morning to the Honorable.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning.
I'm here, right down in the middle of it, but I don't want to cry too much. I would love to see, and in years I've been saying this, these landlords that renting property, and just go behind doors and build what they want, and then they rent it. I am a survivor victim of an explosion that happened on the 4th of July. I could have lost my life. Just rented the place 2.5 weeks. Know nothing about the stove, no gas, nothing. And then leaving, going home the Friday. only to feel like eating. And by the time I opened the kitchen door, I was burnt, severely burnt. And all I've been told yesterday by glimpsing the landlord, it is my fault.
Wow.
I'm homeless, suffering, 25 days in the hospital. The place that built, it don't have not even 2 feet from the stove to the wall. No extinguisher. I am not the person who even used the stove. And I've been battered, struggling in the hospital with burns. And why I come out publicly with it? Because these landlords that just wanting money and not putting up the structure properly, but with them backdoor deals in planning, need to hold accountable. And I mean, from my head, my 2 feet, and my hands. And I need justice because when she called this Sunday, she was like, oh, are you well? And then she was like, you need to get your things off of my things I don't have. And I would have held myself accountable if I was cooking. I lived there 2.5 weeks and don't know what the stove is. Only see this young man been moving around after she flew. I paid the money the 9th. I'm moving the 15th, me and my friend. And by the 30th, she said she's going away. And she needs me to sign. And these contracts that they're signing, they are holding us hostage for us to sign. We need justice for it. Mr. Ebanks, I would love to get your number, and Mr. O.C. also, because I need justice. Justice must be served for somebody who's not cooking, not going around stove, and burned to this, and most people don't know about it.
Caller, have you sought any to get any legal representation to see exactly what recourse you may have in terms of your injuries?
Yes, I'm dealing with. I'm actually talking with one of them. Was on the ambulance when I get picked up. And when I run out of the house, what surprises me, a man was running out, and not to every door, nobody's come out. And when one man running around all the house and checking the pipes, all pipes were off. All pipes were off. And in seconds I enter the door, seconds. I go in with my food because I don't cook. Because my father run through fire for me at Jamaica. And I came here, live here for so long. And end up, I don't even know how to accept myself, see myself. And if I never forced, because I want to see if I can take school for it, to go in flow to get the internet. I wouldn't see her, I hear from her. And the only person that was going around the yard was our ex. Mm-hmm. Like, when you're married and like two of you, I don't want to talk about everything and you read about it.
Caller, what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you to leave your number with Mr. Paul Akal. And
I don't know who names, sir.
That's the gentleman who would have answered the phone when you called in. So stay on the line. Stay on the line. He's going to take your number. Minister J always gives out his number. If you have a pen or pencil, you can write his number down as well. But he will also take your number.
What earth is from my friend just said that yesterday to me. It's like I'm traumatized. Because how can a person want to burn themselves like this, second and third degree burn?
Yeah, we you said you're leaving the island soon?
No, Actually,
Oh, okay. And have you been seeking, help not only in terms of your, physical needs, but, from a mental standpoint as well? Have you been getting any assistance?
I get a number to contact. They were trying to assist me.
Mm-hmm.
I spent 25 days in the hospital.
Wow.
25 days. And it's just that I can't even accept. I give God thanks that I'm alive.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
When you go look at me, before you turn to me and ask me, how am I doing? It's you as the cause. How can I be a cause if you don't structure yourself properly? I'm one of you, and I wasn't cooking. I don't use stove.
Okay. Caller, we're going to take your details, and the minister will be in touch with you as well. Thank you, and we wish you all the best.
All the best, yes.
As well. Folks, we're going to take our last commercial break. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly. Wow.
It's a sizzling summer with JN Money. You can win a luxury weekend getaway for two when you send or receive money from now until September 30, 2025. That's right. We're turning up the heat this summer with JN Money. Visit www.jnmoneyonline.com to learn more about how to win. What are you waiting for? Send, win, relax this summer with JN Money.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. We're in the last leg of the show this morning, and I want to give the minister before we grab in. How many calls do we have left, Paul? 2 calls. Those will be the last 2 calls. But before we even take those calls, I want to give the minister an opportunity to address the last caller. Minister?
OC, you can actually hear it in that lady's voice, right? The hardship that she's going through, the pain that she's going through. And, and I feel it for her. And she, as she said, no one should ever have to go through that. I want to just give her my contact number so that she can contact me. I know she left her number here too. I'm going to ask my team members to just collect her information. But, my number is 916-4249. But OC, this again is why I've asked my team and why we are ready to start to do the work long before these accidents happen. But we are looking at the tenancy law now and how we're going to hold tenants accountable on how they rent their places. So in a short while, and when I'm saying a short while, we will have a paper coming out shortly for public consultation on that. So we can get feedback on where we're heading with that. And maybe that's another show that I come on one day and we can go and we can be able to go through it and talk about that on some of the changes that we want to see and implement when it comes to that, because we're seeing where the industry when it comes to renting is just getting out of control. And everybody's just renting any little thing, and it's not a lot of these things are not up to our building codes or standards and stuff like that. So we have to take an account, and it's with the last 2 explosions alone that we've seen recently, and I think if you probably go back, I said maybe the last 2 probably was in the area in the Bordentown area alone. But we have to look directly on I've asked the team of what is causing, what are they seeing when they're going out there? What is causing these explosions? I know the team has been working closely with a lot of the with Home Gas and the other companies out there that supply gas on double checking all of their tanks and making sure that their connections and stuff are all up to date. I think it's something that I understand from the team that they have been doing already, but it's something that we want to continue to push to make sure now that they continue to do and certify. But a lot of this may not just be happening from the aspect of those tanks like that, but people buying these smaller tanks and modifying the way that they hook up their stove themselves and not getting a certified gas person to hook the connections up, and not in what if I am right to bring on trying to remember back my theory on propane, but I think propane is actually more heavier, so that actually stays lower down, and that's what really causes this explosion when things light up versus natural gas, right? Which is, I think, is a lighter gas, so it would actually more evaporate more. It'll go higher, but I'm pretty sure if I'm wrong, somebody will write me and correct me. But my theory, I think that is right. But yes, it's something that we were looking into. We have major concerns of what we're seeing coming on the rental market. I mean, you can just go online sometime and you can see, what you're seeing advertised and how much is being advertised for a little square footage and stuff. So we'll do another show on that.
Okay, we're going to take the last two callers, but before we go there, this person wrote and said, is there going to be any lease-to-own program for those affordable homes? Because down payment to the banks for these affordable homes is kind of crazy. With that, we're going to go to our last two callers. We have less than 5 minutes to go in the show. What's up, caller first? Good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hello, good morning, Mr. O.C. Rambo speaking.
Morning, Rambo.
Yeah, Martin Miss Ebanks. Hear me out loud this morning.
Good morning.
We need to try to find. We need to find the nexus, connecting principle and linking. Because what I know, there's a cognitive horizon, intervention, intervening, right? Short-term wins and long-term concerns. Brain plasticity, right? So, like, what I'm talking about now is the aviation aspect, right? The long-term expansion, the master plan, terminal redevelopment. Obviously, the jetways enhance passenger comfort, operational efficiency in transit connection, right? From terminal to the vessel, the aircraft, whatever, right? Because we're procrastinating and delaying, right? Torrential rain or whatever, etc. I had a family member left the island Wednesday, and whatever it was, thank God it wasn't locally aligned, but they shot the person back to my premises. You understand? Whatever. But things like that, no. Like I said again, we need the cognitive horizon intervention to intervene in certain things. All right? Have a good day.
Thank you very much, Rambo, for that. Last caller on the landline. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Morning, O.C. Morning, Minister J. Elvis and the Brock.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, we didn't get a lake up to drink a little cold one, but anyhow, I've seen you by Billy's. But one thing you done on that trip there, on about that beautiful piece of land for the people of the Cayman Islands, because now you Cayman Brock, and I tell people, spend money on Cayman Brock. I say, I'm a fool. It's for the Cayman Islands. The Cayman Island government bought it.
Absolutely right, sir.
Thank you very much, you and your crew. And now, you tell Mr. Andre now that I'm waiting on the weed patiently. Thank you, sir. You have a beautiful day.
All right, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. Minister, I want to give you an opportunity for some closing comments as well. And thank you very much for...
Yeah, I just want to thank all the callers that called in. It's always good to hear from them. It's always good to be participating. And I always look at the callers, and that gives me my not only my score sheet, but I think I always gives the government their score sheet on how we're doing and where things that we need to be looking into. I know one of the callers mentioned about the master plan and how are we looking at with the airport. One of my first things is walking as Minister of Ports. That's the first thing I did is I sent a letter down of a direction to the chairman of things that we wanted to see done and how we wanted to see doing. And I applaud the chairman, Mr. Johan, jumped on it right away, and Mr. Albert Anderson and his team down there, they're working on it. Just yesterday, Mr. Anderson was able to come to my office and give me a quick presentation of what the jetway is, and option 1, 2, and 3 when it comes to the jetways. We were already looking at it, in the expansion of the apron to the east of the airport for the private jets, and we're well on our way of making stride towards going towards doing working out to do a triple P partnership on that. It may take some time to get there, as we know how all of that goes with the business cases and everything, but things are moving at the airport, and we're looking at multi-store parking when it comes to the airport also. So there's a lot of stuff that we're in the making right now, and also the expansion of the runway, but we know that is not something that is ready to go right now, but everything is in the fire, in the making. Nothing is actually stopping. Everything is continuing to move. One of the main thing is I said, guys, when I walk into this airport, I says, if you hear it all the time, no matter where you go, Caymanians want to be comfortable, want to be able to come through this airport, and I think they deserve it more than anybody else to be able to come through the airport, and their money is being spent. It is the people's money, so we're going to make their experience in the airport as happy and as best as we can while it's under my watch. I do applaud anybody that is going through the airport anytime and something is bothering them that they think that is something that we need to look at. Please don't hesitate to call me, text me, email me, get hold of one of my staff. I can tell you we will be looking into it. We're taking it very serious. And I'm hoping in the next week or two I should have a costing of what this jetway's options are going to look like. Option 1, 2, or 3. And we'll take it from there, and then we'll start to do the design work to be able to get there where we start to build up. But I can tell you, we are going to deliver the jetways. We have heard the people talk about it too much. We are going to do it, and I'm hoping that we can get this all started within this term and get this all going, so that we can get this built out. But the mandate has been sent to the airport authority, and I tell you, they are working diligently on it to deliver what we've asked them to do. So thank them. Again, the exciting news while we was in Iraq was the 125 acres that we purchased up there, and I can tell you, OC, I am very proud to say that as the Minister of Lands, I had the opportunity to be able to carry this forward, because I think this going back, I think the first person that probably flipped it to me or flipped it to us probably was the Minister, the Costa from the BRAC.
Okay.
And I'm happy to say that the team right away said that this isn't about anybody directly, about just for the BRAC. This is about the people of the Cayman Islands. It is their land, so that when they get up there, when they look over, and I had the opportunity with the Deputy Premier, me and him actually took a drive up there, and it was a very calm day, but it was very hot too. But we had the opportunity to just go up there and just peacefully look over every single thing that was up there, and proud to say that when other generations, other Caymanians come up there, they go up there, they said, this is ours.
Yes.
When my great-grandkids are able to go up there, they can say that, we preserve this for them to be able to see.
So important, yeah.
It is very important. The government has actually just purchased another 2 acres of property in West Bay, too, which is the lighthouse point up in West Bay up there. That is something that we're going to be probably should have made everybody know today, but the West Bay colleagues and I will be out shortly and make an announcement. I think maybe, if not late this afternoon, maybe tomorrow about that too. But exciting. I mean, the government is behind continuing to purchase land to preserve for the Caymanians, whether it is for agriculture, whether it's for environment, whether it is for housing. We're looking in aspect of all of it, and I can tell you they're 100% behind it. OC, I thank you for having me today. I thank you, all of the callers that have been calling on, interacting with us, all of those that wrote into us. My team has been listening to us diligently the whole time, because they have been emailing and WhatsApping me back and saying we've taken notes of this and that.
Great.
So I can tell you they are all on board. I know Miss Ann is probably somewhere just outside the studio, and I'm pretty sure she's writing everything down herself. As Ann, I want to thank you, because she's always there with me for my communication. Yes. That is my communication lady there. She's wonderful. And I thank my chief officer, Eric Bush. I want to thank my deputy chief officers, Tristan Hides, Ms. Andrea Famoy, Ms. Layla Nicholson, all of my staff within the ministry, all of the staff in the departments, for all of the hard work that they do every single day. I mean, I tell you, when I say to people, I have the hardest working ministry of all. And they said usually with hard work it's just awarded with more work. So,
well, before you go, I'm gonna give you one more. This person says, "Good morning to the other action minister. Serious attention must be addressed with the compliance officers in the planning department. Too many unchecked modifications to residential homes is taking place that does not meet planning requirements. All of the new developers must, and this is enforced by planning, build firewalls, designate minimum parking, install fire protection means, storm drains, and the list goes on and on. Meeting these regulations is costing these developers millions of dollars, yet we have after-the-fact additions using the very main roadside wall as part of the structure. This is unacceptable and unfair to the industry and these complying developers."
Well, see, what I can say on that, I can tell you when it comes to planning, and when our inspectors out there, and I call them my inspectors too, those guys get a lot of beating and a lot of hatred towards them. But at the end of the day, they're out there to do their job, to make sure that the codes are being held to what the standards are. And sometimes you get a lot of developers that complain and said, "Oh my God, they're holding me to this and doing that." But it is the standards that we need to make sure, so that we don't have these accidents that are happening now. And that's why, and nobody wants a planning inspector to come around their house until an incident happens. And then that's when they all need them, right? But I can tell you, OC, if people know the amount of inspections that our team do and the amount of calls that I feel for inspections and how they're going on, I can tell you, our inspectors are fair, but they stick to the codes and what's happening out there, because they know they are responsible when they sign off on something. They are liable when they sign off and say that this is done, and they have certified that it's been done correctly. And we've seen, if we go back to when we had, I think that large earthquake in Turkey, that time when a lot of those buildings were shook and broke down. How many planning their inspectors were actually arrested and engineers and stuff for that, because they had certified that and deemed that these buildings were there. So I can tell you the team actually takes inspections very seriously, and I can tell you the director also gets a lot of beating for saying that he's holding up a lot of stuff, but it is for the safety of the people. A lot of time why it takes a lot longer to do things and get it where we're going. But we'll see. Thank you for having me here. I know today is a day that I am meeting with every one of my HODs today, going through their budget with them and making sure that we're all ready. So today is going to be one long day, one long Friday, I can tell you that. I'm just hoping my team is ready for it because we're supposed to be starting at 10:30 and going right through everyone. And you know, we have pretty much, I would say, probably the largest portfolio. So it is going to be a Cumberson Day and what we got to do. But we're here to deliver for the people and make sure that we're putting in the budget for what we need to get done for the people. And I just want to let people know too that maybe next week we'll be able to make a more announcement on home repairs, getting home repairs back up and going, the direction where that's going to be, telephone numbers, email addresses that people can email in and be able to get a new sheeting form to be able to fill out for applications to be able to help for home repairs. So I'll see if we can spread some time on your show sometime in the next week to be able to come talk about that too. Because I know that's very important to our government, but also to the people that need the help out there. And you know, so there's a lot of exciting things that are coming in behind the scenes that are making right now. But I said, you know, we look at everything, we're hearing all the stuff and anything that's on there. And if I'm missing something, please call me out on it and tell me you're missing this. You need to look at this because that's what my team do. And we're not creating roadblocks. What we're doing is trying to sift through them and make it as pleasant as we can.
Okay.
Well, thank you for having me today. Have a wonderful day, and all the staff at Radio Cayman.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ministers. Well, folks, we've gone over a little bit, but not a problem. Again, the Minister is demonstrating to you that he's not just here on the radio to talk about things and, you know, what those old people used to say, go in one ear and come out of the other. He has his team who are taking notes, listening, and will be addressing the concerns that you have raised as well. I believe that there's an 11 o'clock press briefing with the Minister for Education, Honourable Ralston Anglin, and I believe with the CEO of Arch and Godfrey. It has to do with the Cayman Brack School. I believe Radio Cayman will be carrying that live at 11 o'clock. Those of you who have an opportunity to do so, please listen in as well so that you can get first-hand information on what's taking place in the Cayman Islands. I welcome you to join me at 12:15 for Talk Today. Have a great day, and as usual, we ask the good Lord to continue to bless these three beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
For the Record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. Doctors Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. Kirk Market, experience a world of choice. JN Money, from abroad to Yad. And Cineco, keeping Cayman